Welcome to Kolorflow Conversations. I am Uakeisha, and this is
Tikisha.
Listen, I was about to fumble my words on that again.
Where is
Probably because I'm full because we just ate good.
Yes, Lord.
And I was like fumbling, but yes, I am. I was about to fumble my words, but this is Kolorflow Conversations. If this is your first time joining us, we welcome you. We are just two friends that flow in our conversations
That's real good.
about
Because that's the truth.
It is. We really do. When we watch it back, I'm like, we really jump from conversation to conversation, and I love that we don't plan the conversations because it really does flow.
Mm-hmm.
It does. So I did ask you one week, is there anything that you want to talk about that I never, that we never talk about because I always just start talking. But I'm thankful that you just be trusting me to be led by the Spirit.
Yes, girl. Do your thing. It's your world.
She trusts me, and we just flow. But you look so nice today.
Thank you.
I told when I came to your house, I was like, "Oh, you look so nice."
Thank you so much. I mean, them last couple of weeks, I was just. I needed to snap out of that and bring old girl back.
Well, we had those days.
Yeah.
I mean, we have those days. I told you on the car.
I had too many though.
Yeah. We can't stay in that long.
Mm-hmm.
When you in a funk and you not putting your best face, foot, whatever forward, we can't stay in that long.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to be intentional about that because I'm real good at throwing on some clothes and walking out the house. But now I try to be more intentional about that, about how I present myself.
Me too, because even my bad days.
Yeah, your bad days are not even like everybody else's bad days.
Yeah. But to me, I'm like, ooh, I look like I just rolled out of bed.
No, because even when you said that today, like I just been kind of throwing it together the last 2 weeks. I kind of was thinking that was your throw together.
Yeah, that was my throw together.
Because girl, that ain't my throw it together. Really be thrown together. It do. It be thrown together. But it is something I wanted to talk about specifically though, and I didn't bring it up to you.
Oh, you gotta okay.
I didn't. It wasn't a plan. It was just something I thought about because I'll be on TikTok and you have been very verbal about wanting a husband.
Yes.
Well,
I'm like kind of embarrassed.
Why?
But at the same time, I'm not because you have not because you asked not.
Yeah.
So I'm putting it out there for him to find me. Okay.
You embarrassed that you put it out there like that?
Yes. I don't want to be all like I'm desperate because if he don't come, I'm okay. But he needs to come because I want him.
I feel that. I don't think that I don't think you seem desperate. I don't, maybe because I know you, maybe it will come across different from somebody else.
This is where it comes into a lot of times I don't give a damn what people think.
Yeah.
But this goes in that bucket where I kind of
care.
I care.
You do?
Yeah, I care. I don't want to be judged because I want to be married.
Oh, I didn't know you
Yeah, so when I be talking about it, I always be thinking about, oh, you should have said that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think you, but as your friend, I'm going to tell you the truth. It doesn't come across as desperate to me. If it came across as desperate, I probably would say, stop talking about that. But
yeah, I could see you saying that.
Yeah, I would tell you, stop talking about that. But it doesn't come off as desperate because you don't come off as desperate for anything. Having a desire for something for your life is just like I want a bigger house or I want a nice car. You have a desire.
And maybe I feel like it's desperation because I've never really had a desire
to be married,
for it.
Yeah.
Or for anything. Most of the stuff I'd be like, I want, I get it.
Yeah, you get it.
Okay, yeah. So let me keep that in mind.
Yeah, so don't worry about how you look by wanting a husband. I mean, that's the same thing as how I could feel like I look by having already had two.
Oh, I ain't thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean, I could look very like something wrong with me. Even though it ain't.
And me on the other side would be like, no, girl, you deserve that. that.
Exactly. Because we know the ins and outs of why I'm not married anymore, but I don't worry about what people think about it. I remember when I was going through my second divorce.
Okay, you got a little strand in here. I feel like on the
Oh,
other side,
fix
I
it, fix
feel
it.
like I don't know how it's
Don't
looking
look
in
on
the
camera.
camera, but to me, it's like I
You
don't know what it's
listen.
doing. Okay,
Get you a
okay.
friend that's a real friend. Because one time I was looking at us back on the camera and I was like, why was my hair sticking out like that? But I don't think you saw.
I didn't.
But anyway, I was saying, it's not. Don't look at it as a desperation or embarrassment. I don't look at it as embarrassed that I've been married twice. I look at it as an experience. And I remember when I was going through my second divorce, and this is my story to tell, and it's not a lie. My ex was like making fun of me. And I don't know if I ever shared this with you. And he was just like, that's, why you have you're going to be on husband number 3 or something. And try to make it like, you know what I mean? I thought about that for a moment, like, nobody wants to feel like that.
Yeah.
Nobody, you're trying to make me feel bad. And nobody wants to feel like in that position again, especially for something that's not my fault. It's something you did, but you want to make me feel bad. And so I had to deal with that. We talked about healing journey. I had to deal with that. Like, I don't talk on this like about me desiring a husband anymore. I'm okay if it happens or if it doesn't. I'm preparing myself if it does because I don't want to be the same type of wife. But I don't think you should be embarrassed. I don't think that anybody should be embarrassed about any part of their life story.
That is well said, friend. Thank you so much.
But what I was going to say, what initially brought me to this conversation was I was looking on social media and there was a lady, a Christian lady, and I don't know if this came across yours or I didn't ask you because I didn't know I wanted to ask you about this. And she is married and she went through a infidelity situation with her husband, and he left her while she was pregnant. He went to the girlfriend that he was cheating with, and she was praying to God to have her husband back. Like, she has a counseling class to teach women how to get their husbands back out of these situations, and people was dogging her because she went in depth about her story about how this man did her. He wasn't there for her during the pregnancy. He, dogged her. His mother was calling her, telling her he looked good with the girlfriend, whole thing. And now that she's back with him, people were just like, yeah, that don't put God in that. And I wanted to know what you thought about that because I know you desire to be married. And if I won't speak that situation on you, but if that, what do you think about that? Infidelity, and if you praying for this man back, he dogging you, he don't want to come back, and then all of a sudden, I think the girlfriend was tired of him, and he was okay. Forget it, I'll go back to her. That's kind of how it sounded to me. But she's telling women there's a class and there's this, and you can pray your husband back to you. What do you think about that?
I have a hard time forming an opinion on that.
Okay.
Number one, because I feel like whatever signs he showed in the marriage, he more than likely showed those signs ahead of time.
Yeah.
We try to put blinders on when there are situations that we know make us feel uncomfortable, or just that we're not authentic being ourselves. So whenever I'm switching up, there's a problem with whatever relationship I'm in.
Yeah.
So I have a
Yeah.
problem with that because I feel like, and I'm all about forgiving, and I'm gonna get to that part too, but I feel like whoever I am building this friendship with, this courting for a relationship, dating, whatever, however we want to word it, I want to be aware. I want to always be myself. And if he's showing me signs that I ain't down with, I'm walking away. So I'm not getting to that point to where I'm not fulfilling what you need. because I'm already gone because I know I'm not that woman for you. But at the same time, again, I don't want to speak that into my life, but we're supposed to be forgiving. So I don't think that there's anything wrong when a woman takes her cheating spouse back.
That's big right there. That's
Negro, don't cheat on me. Because I'm a Pisces mixed with a Scorpio.
And listen,
so I'm going to cry while I'm killing you.
but
I don't think that for another woman, I am not going to be like, oh, it couldn't be me, because maybe it could. I'm not going to say that. But the other part about bringing God into it, if God he's forgiving, right? But I don't know if I would be at home praying for this man to come back after he done treated me a certain way and then dogged me.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and I don't know if I'm just a bit naive, because infidelity it's a reason behind it. It's a reason behind.
And when you say a reason,
I'm not saying that it's just like, oh, my wife ain't doing this, but it's something inside of you.
Yes.
That's making you decide to cheat on your wife.
Or vice versa, or the wife
cheat on the husband. Yes.
Because I don't want people to think we just think men cheat.
Yeah. Oh, because women cheat too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know some.
Yeah. I'm like, women cheat too. But
yeah.
I definitely agree with that there is something on the inside of that person that leads them to do what they do.
When I say that taking back the unfaithful person, I'm taking back the changed person. The person that has worked on himself and realized on why he was unfaithful, or unfaithful person, that they've worked on themselves, counseling, whatever it may be. And if I can visibly see a difference, and again, I'm not communing with God to bring him back. I'm communing with God to lead me on how I need to handle this situation. Because the devil hear our prayers too. Everything, God is in the midst of everything, but everything that we do is not according to his will. So if I feel like this person is a changed person, then I'm not going to say that I wouldn't take him back.
Right. I think part of her mistake is putting it on social media and trying, and she was thinking she was helping other people. I believe she was thinking
trying to market it,
and trying to market her class or her workshop to help other women that's going through this or been through this or whatever, to help them get through the infidelity. I think that was her mistake, because everybody not gonna see it like you see it. I don't even see it like you see it. I definitely don't see it like she went through to explain her whole situation down there telling, and people were like, girl, you stupid. If you're going to forgive, I think it needs to be between, especially if you automatically want to see if you're going to work, if you have in your heart to forgive, I think you need to keep it between you and that relationship.
I think everything in a relationship should be private.
Yeah, and nothing's private anymore.
Nothing's private anymore. I really think that, and I know, especially people who are celebrities and stuff, I know being in a spotlight, but I really believe that things should be private. My sister was telling me that I think Nelly and Ashanti might be doing a reality TV show or something.
I hope not.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just like,
I hope not.
But it's just privacy. It's just because this is my thing. This is how I roll. The first time you tell me about that man that did something to you, I'm never forgetting it. The more stuff you tell me, I come on here and I talk about all the stuff that I forget. But the things that people have done to hurt the things that people I care about, I don't forget not now one of those things.
Yeah.
And I don't like you. I don't talk to you. I have not spoken to my sister's ex-husband since they got divorced. And don't plan on it. I say that proudly.
You did.
Because it's just like I don't think he cheated on her. But I just don't mess with him because he hurt her. Period.
And
the reasons behind it doesn't matter, but it's just like when you tell me so many situations, when I'm there and I witness things and I see it and I don't like how you move, it's a problem. Mm-hmm. So once we put all of these people in it, it's all of this. And like I said on the last one, I get confused easily. I don't need nobody up in my mix. I need to go straight to source. Because just think about it. I have a past. So this person that I adore has a past. I'm going to want to believe that the past is the past, that this is not the person that I adore present day. Mm-hmm. So I need to look at how everything is going in the now. But again, like I said, I ain't never been married. I might be naive about that situation, but so I don't know. But I definitely know for sure I ain't praying to God for nobody to come back. I'm not doing that. It's not one person on this earth that I'm praying to God to bring back to me.
Yeah. See,
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
Once you leave me, stay gone.
But you do have a forgiving heart if they come repentant, like with remorse.
No, Keisha, what I said was I understood when women did that. That's what I said. Okay. I said that I am going to cry while I'm killing him.
Correction.
And I pray that this don't happen because I don't want to go to jail. I just don't. But yeah. So it's just like I can get that. I ain't necessarily, like I said, I don't want to say what I ain't gonna never do. But I just hope that I'm never in that situation to try to figure it out, because betrayal is that hurt.
This is what it hurts. It's something you don't forget. You can forgive even without an apology. The hardest forgiveness is forgiving when you've never received an apology. But there's also a blessing in that. But what I notice right now, like with marriage and families and everything, the way we raise our children and the way marriage is looked at now in the world, God didn't ordain the way we are.
Oh no, God didn't. He
ain't in none of this. He ain't in none of this.
He ain't in none of this. It's all free will.
Yeah, it's all free will. Like, I'm out here.
I mean, a high percentage of me wanting a husband is coming from a place of lust. But it say.
Wait a minute.
What it say? What it say? It's
better
to get married.
Marry a burn, baby. Marry a burn. Marry a burn.
Hey. I'm just being honest.
Marry a burn.
So, marry me.
Because she ain't trying to burn.
I ain't trying to burn.
You are crazy. Listen. But that's real, though. That's real. Like, what we're doing is not God ordained. No. It's not God ordained for us to be single mamas out here.
No, it's not.
That's why we got the struggles we
got.
It's
not God ordained for us to have all of these partners where we dealing with twin flames and soulmates or whatever you want to call it. It's just
and
not.
Soul ties.
Yes, that's the word.
Soul ties. We trying to break soul ties.
Yes.
It's,
like, and that's another thing. I have been celibate for years. I am not establishing a soul tie with somebody.
Yeah.
Like it really God needs to be all the way in that.
Yeah.
Because for me to break that, I want to wait until I'm married. But either way it go, for me to break that and then have to deal with a betrayal, of any kind,
yeah, that part, yeah, absolutely.
I'm not trying to be broke down no more. I am working too hard every day to become more and more healed. Where my wounds are, they still there. They visible, but it's not open bleeding out. So please don't slice that open where I'm bleeding out again. I can't. It's just like, I just want men to be more accountable. If I ain't it, I ain't it.
That's been the issue with dating that I've seen from experience and everything. I wish that men and women would be honest about what they
Intentions
want,
are.
what their intentions are. If you are afraid of a relationship, say that.
Yes.
If you don't want a relationship, say that. If you just want to hang out, say that. If you just looking for a sleeping buddy, a good time, say what it is. But I find that
don't mislead me.
And the misleading is the issue. The misleading is the issue because if you can't communicate with me, then and be honest while we building this so-called friendship, and then I, find out 8 months into it that you really can't communicate. You've been basically like
and be
holding how you really feel. That's part of betrayal.
Yes. And this is the thing. If I'm with you every single day and we functioning
like a couple.
Yeah. But then it's not a relationship.
That part. Like, I don't think men and women understand that in this day and time, this is not a time to be like playing with people's feelings.
And I just really want to bring back Black love. I want to bring that
real Black love.
Yeah, I want to see that in our communities.
Yeah.
Where it's not so much side chick, toxic, and we promoting all of that. Like, I just want to see some love. I want to see 2-parent households and children going up, children, like generations of love.
Yeah, generations of
love. And
I'm
not saying that it doesn't exist. But what I am saying is my immediate circle, it's not a lot of that.
Same. It's not.
It's not a lot of that. I know it's out there, but I want to see it for those that I love.
Personal.
I want all 3 of my nieces to have that. My son.
Yeah. I want my son to be honest about what he wants with a woman. I want my daughter to be honest.
And I want that woman to be honest.
I want that
woman to be
honest.
Women, we said this before, and I ain't trying to dip into that today, but that whole narcissist thing.
A lot of y'all females is narcissistic too. Controlling. What I say last week? Mouth long.
Yeah, mouth long. We really didn't know what that meant, but mouth long. Y'all was talking too much.
Talking too much. Yes. Listen. Learn to be a listener. Learn to observe. Learn to discern. Which is what I've learned.
All of that falls into effective communication. Paying attention to body language, paying attention to words. And it's just like, actions speak louder than words, but they both really coincide.
It's so strange too, because a lot of times you be knowing, because I've been able to discern spirit for a long time. And in my dating life, I always knew something was off, no matter how great it was. I mean, and I've had some great times.
I haven't had great times, but I knew something was off every single time. But yet I still was messing around with y'all.
Yeah, same. I kept going until I couldn't go no more, because people don't know how to communicate effectively. Because my thing is this: if I start dating you and you honest with me and say, I'm not looking for a relationship, I just want to hang out, and I'm gonna say, okay, we can do that, because I'm okay with, if you're nice, we can figure it out. And I'm going to do the same thing you do, though. And that's what the issue is. They don't want you to do what they do.
Right. But then it also comes in, because I've had this situation too, where I started out like it was just going to be that. And then it was the crossover.
Yeah.
But the crossover was still like, no, we ain't crossed over. But really, we did.
Yeah, we did.
It's been 7 days since you moved in. I'm confused. We crossed over. We crossed all the way over. But let me just say this in retrospect. If you see that I'm acting a certain way and you know that I'm feeling like we done crossed over, and you feeling like, nah, this still, You my home girl.
Say that.
Say it.
Say
Walk
it.
away from me.
Yeah.
Be my friend.
Be my
That's
friend.
why I always told this person, you were never my friend.
Yeah.
Because as a friend, you think about your friend's feelings. You protect your
Yes,
friends.
yes, yes.
You stand up for your friend. When you know what a friend really means, you
Yeah,
protect
you
your
protect their
friends.
I
You don't
absolutely.
do shady stuff behind their back.
Or say in the beginning, we grown. We know. Okay,
Okay,
we grown. We grown. We grown. So I'm thinking we
You
doing
can have some
grown
grown conversations.
We can have some grown conversations, but you know, I just see the non-effective communication in this day and time, the betrayals, the everything, and I am like you. I desire to get back to real love, real unconditional agape God love. I want to love somebody with my whole heart.
Let me tell you something. I'm pretty sure I done told you this, that I started reading these books by this author, Alexandria House. All of her stories in those books are like real love. They go through a lot of stuff, not even necessarily with each other, but it shows you of like working through trauma and how people in your life accept you even in your fucked upness, because we got some dark stuff in the closet that we don't want to come out, and they're revealing it to that person. That person is still loving them like they were a perfect saint. And it's just like, I had told somebody, I don't know if it was you or my other friend, I was like, I almost want to feel like I want to start reading these because it's making me believe that this can happen in real life.
You said it to me. I don't know if you said it to the other one too, but you did say it to me. Like,
because I'm like, I told you, and I only told you and my other friend about these books, but I was just like, I do not know if I'm like, because I'm pretty sure at this point I've read like 8 of her books.
Really?
Yeah, in like 2 weeks.
They that good. Listen, we need to talk to her. Where's she at?
Yeah, girl, I love you. We need to talk to her for real. And then, so this is another thing, because in the relationship with me talking about I want a husband, I get caught up in my insecurities with how I look. And in her book, she talks about that too. Like the one girl, you know, I remember her verbally saying she was a size 18. The one girl had always depended on her boyfriend to take care of her. So she was feeling insecure because she had no career. But she was good at putting pieces together, and somebody seen her and was just like, I love your Instagram. You should start a page. And so she ended up doing like some styling stuff. Yeah, so a lot of the things in the story is like real, that's very relatable.
That's very relatable.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be and read her whole catalog.
That's very relatable.
It's so relatable. But that other part, I get scared where I'm like, is the love part for real? Like, does this exist? But every day I hold tight to it does, because this is something that I want. And I really, again, believe that all of our generations, human beings, like, we should experience a true love, an honest love, what love genuinely means, not what we done concocted to mean.
Yes, what it mean for real.
Yeah. Not like I love you because you make me feel good.
Yes, because it ain't about no feeling at all. I desire that for everybody I know. Everybody, I mean, just even people I don't know. I desire. I think that everybody deserves.
Look, I could say same that after I was like, I don't pray for nobody. No, I'm like, same. I desire that for everybody.
Yeah, I want that for everybody. And I think that I really believe a lot of it has to do with fear. There's no trust now because of how the world is.
How the world is, yeah.
How everything is seen, how the distractions, how the side chick title has become like popular.
A staple. Like it's a goal.
Yeah, it's like a goal to be a side chick, and think that or side male, whatever he called, it's a goal to be that person, because you ain't got to deal with the problems of the wife or husband. You just getting the benefits of, everything is great. It's like a goal, and it's sad. It's really sad to I'm sure that most people who don't even know probably have been a side chick in their
Yeah.
life at some point.
Yeah.
Because
for sure.
Or sad dude.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, I mean, because it's like when you don't have any type of
when you don't have any boundaries, let's start
any
there.
boundaries. No
Because
boundaries.
now I have boundaries. So it's certain things that I did before willingly that I'm not going to do now at all.
Same. Like I don't think I had
boundaries. You ain't even getting that same person I was last week, let alone 3-4 years ago. Yeah. I'm not stepping into that place anymore. I have really strong boundaries and I know my worth. I know how valuable I am. I know what I bring to a person's life. Yes. Forget a table. I know what I bring to your whole entire life. And because I know that, I'm not giving that access to just anybody. And especially for a couple hours. And some way ain't even a couple hours. Yeah. It's a couple minutes.
Because trust me, if the side chick win, you really ain't won. Because
so speaking of this, back to that, because you said you didn't agree with her or me. What was your thing about?
Well, no, I agree with you because I thought that you were saying that if you marry and they betray, you would forgive them.
Oh,
that's what I thought you were saying.
Oh, like I would be like, oh,
because I feel like me.
Oh, my circles might have been doing, you know how I be talking in circles. Like, no, I wasn't saying that.
That's what I thought.
Like, I would forgive and move on. Like,
I thought you was gonna forgive and take them back and all that. No, because I believe that infidelity is the one reason God will honor divorce.
Yeah, I agree.
And because if you ain't honoring him, then he's like, okay, you can get out of this. And you don't have to. So
because if you're honoring him like you should, you're honoring yourself. You're honoring your wife first.
Yeah, if you're honoring him, exactly. You honoring him
and
first.
I'm talking, like we said, husband and wife. I ain't talking about no boyfriend, girlfriend type thing.
Yeah,
and I don't agree with that either. But
it's not on the same level.
It's not on the same level.
It's not on the same level.
It's not on the same level. If you still out here trying to date and do whatever, go ahead, because I'm gonna still have my boundaries and have it unlocked.
Yeah, it's not the same, but yeah, I believe that's why he honored divorce. And I don't agree with her. She made it sound like he want. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Keep going. Just keep going.
She made it sound like it was okay for us to suffer. And I'm not going to. I don't believe that God wants me to have a love full of suffering. I don't believe that's his desire for Keisha. Why do I have to suffer in love? I deserve
love is like the easiest thing to give when you think about it. A simple act of kindness is love. Love is kind. It's so simple and we make it so hard.
Make it so hard. I don't believe that we should be suffering in that. When they say for better or worse, I don't believe that is the part of the vow that they mean about better or worse. I believe better or worse could mean if we get into a financial struggle,
exactly,
or sickness, or whatever, life obstacles, life-ing. I don't believe the better or for worse is this dude that went out here, cheated on you, got a girl pregnant, whatever, or she done cheated on you, and whatever. I don't believe that's the suffering he desired for us to have.
I agree.
But if you have the forgiving heart and you take your spouse back, kudos to you. You know, I said,
and again, I'm going to hope that if the person takes it back, that they're taking them back, and that is a legit changed person.
Yeah.
And change don't happen overnight.
It does not. I mean, the change that happened with us spiritually hasn't happened overnight.
No. I've been years in the making on this.
Yeah.
It's still stuff I'm trying to figure out where I'm just like, okay, what? What's the bigger meaning of this? What's the bigger meaning of our outfits?
That's another story. What's the bigger meaning of, I look so deep. Even the other day, I sent you that video of me driving, about to have an accident, trying to video the clouds. Because I'm like, man, these look like I could just reach out my hand and touch them. You know, what's the meaning of, like, I need somebody who's going to understand there's a bigger meaning in us coming together as a couple.
Yes.
Than just we getting together out of our lust.
Yeah. Agree.
You know what I'm saying? There's a big, because when whoever comes join with you or me, that it's going to be a way bigger meaning than the surface level of, oh, they together? No. No.
Because I'm here to build a legacy.
Absolutely. I'm here to build a legacy, a life, a journey. I want somebody that I can learn from and that don't mind learning from me.
Yes. And I want somebody that's going to have patience when I be thinking about all of the thoughts that go through my brain. That's not just going to be like, girl, shut up, that's stupid. Let
me talk to your husband right now. The way her brain works, the things she think about, the things she write about, her questions for you and God, her questions for me, her questions for everybody. It's just, you're going to be looking like, okay, babe. You're probably not going to have the answer. But she wants somebody who's going to try to have the answer.
Yes, I want somebody who's going to listen and entertain it no matter how mediocre they may think it is. Because everything be huge, gigantic to me. And it'd be like, for real.
And somebody who feed our delusions.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I don't have as many as you. I don't. I
feel attacked.
No, I don't have. But I'm okay with feeding my friends delusions, and she feeds mine. Like I said, she got more than me, and no, they're not more. I say bigger, like something that people probably would never believe. Like they're never going to believe that. I'm like, yes, girl, yes.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Not that you have more. It's just something that's just like how they say you got to write down God can do the absolute impossible that you think. You write, you believe the impossible, and I'd be like right there with you, like, yeah, girl, yes. And I probably don't write the impossible because
I actually believe it's Luke 137.
Yeah,
I think that's the actual, because I have it like on my thing, because when I think about these things that seem delusional, because that's the term that we like, that ain't gonna happen. Yeah. But I'm just like, if nothing is impossible, why dumb myself down to believe that this can't happen?
Yeah.
Because all of this can happen somewhere from a dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
Simple things, this just didn't create itself. Somebody had a vision for this.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure somebody else could have told me, you ain't gonna never make that. That ain't gonna sell. And then it's right here in your living room. Boom, bam. Everything had to start somewhere. And so, yeah, mine are super. Mine got to go all the way out in the cosmos. Yeah, but I believe it, and I don't care. I believe it,
and I'll be right there. And if you don't have a friend or a husband that believe right there with you, you can't be telling your spouse you're crazy. That ain't never gonna happen.
Yes,
that's stupid. Blah blah blah. Why are you tearing down the person that you're supposed to love? Why would you tear?
I do not care, and this is for parents too. Yeah. All across the board, the person that you love, you said that very well.
Yeah,
very well, because that's exactly what it is. Why tear them down?
Why tear down?
Because when it happened, don't be pulling on my little coat straps, because I ain't gonna see you.
Yeah, I mean, you tearing down even if it don't happen within the time period that
we think. Yeah,
or you think. Why are you going to tear down somebody's delusions, dreams, visions, whatever? Somebody that you're supposed to love, somebody you done took a vow with, somebody you done birthed, somebody that you call a friend. Some
like you said, somebody that you say that you love. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's something that you don't agree with. If they have a passion for it, out of love for that person, you should have compassion for their passion.
Yes, absolutely. I don't.
And then I'll be wondering when people be like, nah, that ain't gonna never happen. If that's like a reverse, like if you really supporting it even more and it's pushing it more out in the universe, like we said with the monitoring spirits.
Yeah. Yeah, you putting that negative, and
Yeah,
then
that's gonna be transmuted into a positive. See, that's something else on how my brain be
yeah,
like
and that transferring of energies and
energy.
spirits.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk negative to somebody and what you don't believe, or maybe
Then it started making me think maybe I shouldn't. You know what I'm
it
saying?
it,
Maybe I'm not gonna get
it
married
plants.
because I'm 48. I say that all the time. Like
Yes.
I'm too old. Maybe it's not gonna
Never,
happen.
never, never plant the negative seed, because what you plant is what's going to grow. If you keep planting the negative seed, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. You keep telling your friend that's never going to happen. You're watering the seed. You plant it and you water it. You plant it and you water it. When you keep putting the negative in there, you putting it in them.
And what do it hurt to play along with somebody's fantasy? When we was kids, I mean, we played with Barbie dolls. If you, I mean, you ain't come over because we was teenagers, but I'm just saying, like, if
But
we
I did
playing
play with
together, like you
Barbies,
said, you
yeah.
was playing with your sister outside.
Yeah.
If y'all picking up the worms and playing in the dirt, you could imagine that you had would have been gardening.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you get done and want to
I
garden.
think that
So
we should plant positive seeds, even if it is the unimaginable, unthinkable. You don't believe that could ever happen. You better start believing, because
yes,
we
because I
believe
believe to see it. Okay,
I believe in a big God.
exactly. Why are we putting limits on God that's telling us there are no limits?
So
No limits, soldiers.
So I believe my friend is going to get the husband that she desires. And anytime she talk about him, I'm always like, yes, he is going to be right just like that. Yes, absolutely. Yes. You want that big house and that compound? Absolutely. Yes. Yes. You're going to get that.
I'm gonna give him my little golf cart and go to our little kids' house.
I'll ask no questions about how it's going to happen, because that's not what we're supposed to do. That ain't, I'm like, yes, 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 that's going to happen. Yes. Yeah. Because the small things I ask for, God, he makes it happen. I ain't even tell you about.
And that's something else to think about, because we talked briefly about, little things when I had said, like, yeah, I said I wanted this and then I got it. I didn't even think about putting that into perspective with that, because just like that was still something that I wanted, even though it seemed like it was reachable and a little bit closer to get, like, it's still the same thing. Anything that you want, you can trust God, live your life right.
And he's gonna give it to you.
And then I tell myself, like, ain't it somewhere where we supposed to talk about the desires of our heart and writing the vision? And even if it's not, if I know that I want to get married, there's nothing sinful in that. So why lead me to believe that that can't happen?
That can't happen, yeah, or that is being desperate, because you're saying out loud, you're telling
the world
but you're really telling God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
you tell him the desires of your heart.
I'm telling him the desires of my heart, and I want a good man.
Yeah. Well,
I want mine. I want the one that was designed just for me. Tikisha.
And that definition of good for you is the real definition of good, not the definition of good we grew up knowing.
Oh yeah, no. Because we grew up thinking that a good man was a provider. And it's so much more than being just a provider.
Yeah. We that definition.
So my good is just it ain't even gotta be your good, even though we typically on one accord. But it's certain things that I'm gonna want my man to do that you're gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
So that's just
yeah.
Okay, so we briefly talked about this earlier, and now that we're talking about relationships and stuff, this is the perfect opportunity for me to revisit it about Ruth and Boaz, because growing up I've heard so many times about getting a Boaz. But she went to him. She laid at his feet. He didn't find her.
He did not find her. She positioned herself.
Yes.
For him. And laid at his feet. But before he...
So is it a find? Because what is find? See, here go my brain. What does it mean to find her?
I think you position yourself, but he would have to know. You know what I'm saying?
And he knew.
And he knew.
He knew. Okay.
But he made sure because she was supposed to go to someone else first. And
he watched her.
And he watched her. And he paid attention to her. And when people say, I want my Boaz, I wonder, like, what did they say the character of Boaz any more than he was like a man of wealth?
Yeah.
I don't know what type of character he seemed like, but he was kind because he said, hey, y'all don't mess with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make sure she, let her do what she want to do. Let her finish working. Let her get whatever she need and don't mess with her. Make sure she's good. So that shows, I guess, his character of he was kind. But I don't know when they say it, it's almost just like that because that's the love story of the Bible that we say we want our Boaz. Where when I look deeper into it, I think about how she was loyal to Naomi.
Yeah. She said, your God will be my God. I struggle with that.
She said, your God will be my God. And where you go, I will go. But I don't struggle with it because Naomi was grieving. And she knew that. Naomi was grieving her sons. Naomi was grieving her husband. And Ruth knew that she didn't need to be left alone.
I get that, but how I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna tell you your God, my God. I mean, we worship the same God, but I'm just saying. So maybe I'm thinking too much. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I need to talk to Ruth.
You thinking too much into it, friend, because the God that she was talking about was God. Naomi wasn't wasn't talking about no other God.
Okay.
She was talking about God.
I was hung up on that. I was hung up on that, and I was hung up on her laying at his feet. And not like laying at his feet, but it was just like she went for him. It's like,
yeah, Naomi told her, get cute, go put your lipstick on, put some perfume on, smell good.
Yes.
There he is right there. Yeah. And I need you to go and yes.
Position yourself.
Which goes back to us not throwing our clothes on and walk out the house.
Yeah.
Because anytime you walk out the house, you got to think about you positioning yourself.
This is true. Everything that you do and the things that you say. Because the things that I say is a part of my character and who I am.
And I believe that Ruth was, this is why I believe that Ruth was blessed with Boaz because of how she lived her life. How she looked after somebody else. Her dedication. She was busy, she was working, and she listened to the elder.
Yes. That's
everything I took out of that.
And that's like wisdom and understanding and knowledge.
Wisdom, yes. So you, like I said, you be thinking more, you go deeper. Like, your God can be my God. Hold on.
My brain. It just,
no.
I dissect everything.
Her God, they didn't talk about her worshiping idols.
Okay.
They talked about her worshiping God.
They should have wrote more in there for people like me.
No. They're talking about, she basically was saying, I'm going to worship God with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to praise God with you. We're going to worship and praise God together. On this journey. That's what I took from it, is we gonna be okay.
And you know what, Keisha? You know how the last time we was just like, okay. I'm okay with you this. I'm taking this one. I'm taking this one. Okay. My favorite love story is Esther. But
I ain't got to Esther yet.
But I'm taking this one.
But I haven't gotten to Esther yet because I've heard some things, but I haven't gotten to Esther yet. But I read Ruth in like an hour. I read that whole book because I was like, oh, everybody want a Boaz. But I think it goes deeper than that. See, my deeper thought of it was different than your deeper thought. My deeper thought was Naomi was living her life the way she was supposed to live it. Even though her husband got killed, her father-in-law died, they were struggling, obviously, financially.
Right. And she didn't want to leave her
out there. She's like, no, I'm going where you go. Your God, we gonna worship God together. Mm-hmm. We gonna do. And Naomi was an elder woman,
and that's some respect.
And then Naomi was like, she thinking in her head, Ruth need a man. Mm-hmm. She need a man. Go out here and work on this field And Ruth said, okay, I'ma go. And Ruth go, and Boaz spot her. She ain't know she was positioning herself.
She sure did not need a Naomi.
She didn't know.
She sure did.
She was just listening.
She followed instructions.
She followed the instructions. She didn't say why. Why I need to go do this.
She did.
Then when she came back and told when she came back and told Naomi,
followed his instruction too when he told her what to do.
She was listening.
Yes.
She was listening.
Because a lot of times we don't do what the man say.
Yeah, but Boaz wasn't trying to be bossy either. Boaz was giving a wise instruction.
So you think that's when it comes in when they be trying to be bossy? Is the word chauvinistic? I don't know if that's the word.
Because a lot of people have the wrong idea of submission, because a lot of people automatically think is I tell you what to do, or you do what I say.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference with being led, and he gave her instruction like, do this because this is going to happen. Not go do this because I said do this. There's a difference in this whole story for me. Like, oh, even with us talk about it, I'm learning even more because she was listening to the elders. We talk about wisdom. We read Proverbs.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I know you're going to forget. Go ahead.
I already forgot. Go ahead.
She was listening to the elders. Naomi was like her mother, even though she had family. It didn't say much about her family.
Mm-mm.
She was listening to Naomi. Naomi was giving her instructions on and when Naomi thought about it,
the other daughter-in-law was like, deuces,
I'm out. I'm going to go back to my family. And it didn't say anything else about that other daughter-in-law. And it didn't say she was wrong for leaving. Naomi told them, go with your families. You all are young enough to get married again. Go start your life. Other one was like, peace out, I'm gone with my family. Ruth said, no, I'm going to stay with you. This was obviously a good woman. Naomi had to be like a good wife, a good mother, and she was grieving. It talked about her grief. We had an hour.
52.
Talk about her grief. So I believe that the story of Ruth and Boaz goes deeper for us as women.
Let me ask you this. I remember now. So it's about the submissiveness, because you said that she knew why. And I think back on one of the episodes when you was just like, you as a child, you wanted to know why. So do you think for you, because you can tell me what to do and I'm just going to do it, I ain't got no why. Okay. So do you think that's, you know what I'm saying, a thing for you? Because I don't think being submissive, I don't think I always need a reason behind it.
Now I don't. But before I was like completely surrendered to God, I always was why. I always wanted to know why. But I also always knew that when I was involved with someone, they were not being led by God in those situations when I wanted to know why.
And I guess I want to backtrack because I ain't just doing anything for anybody. It's
yes.
Back to our word alignment.
Yes, it has to be aligned with, because even as friends, I'll say something, you would be like, okay, I'm not going to ask you why you think that or why you said that. I'm just going to listen because I'm not coming from a place of negative or bad.
And that's the thing where it's like you said, we reading Proverbs and there's so much about wisdom in there. And this is a perfect example of me getting out of my head and taking time to effectively communicate. You talk, I listen to understand, because now I look at that story differently.
Yeah. But it goes back
because I get hung up on so many little things instead of looking at a bigger picture.
And I tend to look at the bigger picture depending on what that story is talking about. I know they were not talking about
you read it in context.
Yeah.
And I broke it apart line by line.
You're like, why is she talking about your God be my God? You acting like that was a bad thing because her God was gonna be the God.
Yeah, but it didn't say that. I know who she worshiped. I'm just saying. That's you gotta bear with me. I get it now.
And these are the conversations that go back to last week when people interpret stories things in the Bible, scripture, we interpret it our own way. And other folks will, because I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But when I pray, I ask God for revelation and clarity on what I'm reading. So that's why I didn't want to just be like, I need me a Boaz man. I don't want to be that person. Like, what is
Same.
it? Yeah, what is the story
That's
about?
what made me bring it up, because
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that girl like I want a Boaz.
Yeah, I'm Ruth. What? I ain't Ruth. Not yet. Because I'm still learning to listen to my, elder. We don't, like we said before, we don't have an elder.
And that's the other thing about doing this. And I like having a platform where we do this, because when we do talk about things about that, we see each other's point of view. And again, I don't feel like there's a right or wrong, because it's just individual. So what works for you? So it's just like, because somebody else can come in and say a total different version on how they read that, but it may be something that they say that we pull in, like, oh, okay. So I don't necessarily think it's a right or wrong, but I do think that we need more open
conversation
versus than somebody just speaking to us, telling us, and we just walking away with that, still having questions, like how I still had questions.
Yeah. You was like, that didn't sound right, because it sounded like I'm following who you follow, or just surface level things. Not looking at it in the bigger picture of Naomi's God was God.
Yeah.
Like, she's saying, I'm going, basically, it's the way the wording of the Bible can be. She's saying, I'm going to worship God with you. I'm going to praise God with you. Your God is going to be my God. We're going to do this together. That's how I took that story. Like, not that she was like, I'm going to worship you, Naomi.
Okay, because that's how I took it. Period. No, I sure did. I ain't gonna even lie. Why does this make me think of Beyonce?
Oh, Lemonade.
Yes.
Well, we was talking about all kind of infidelity.
That just hit me right now.
Infidelity. She had that yellow on, that yellow dress. That was a great video.
It was. I'll watch it.
Listen, I enjoyed today. This conversation.
You enjoy every week. Every week, I enjoyed today, girl. We know you better keep enjoying it. Y'all better enjoy it too.
I want to know in the comments, and we say this all the time, let us know what you think about the story of Ruth and Boaz in the comments.
And the
infidelity. If you've been through it, we want to know your comments. Let us know if this helped you. If you disagreed with something, tell us that.
Because clearly we're open.
Yeah.
Everything ain't about attacking somebody like social media has been with the trolls.
Well, yeah.
It's just, can it be an open,
even when we talking about
open forum?
Yeah. Even when we're talking about people personally in our lives, this is our story.
There's no attack.
Yeah, there's no attack. There's nobody I'm mad at.
Because I ain't mad at nobody.
Yeah.
No, it's not one person on the face of this earth that I'm angry at.
I want people to be helped.
Yes.
I don't want the cycles to repeat.
Yeah.
I want somebody to hear us talk and think about their own situation, or somebody they know, and think about how it can help them. So you ain't got to go through these same things, like with family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband.
None of that,
girl. Because now we living free, and it feels good to be free.
It does.
It feels good to be free. So we want y'all to like, listen, subscribe, share. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what, if God done blessed you with something, even if you don't believe in God. We want you to tell us in the comments, and we want you to share if this has helped you take one step further to believe it. We will see y'all next week.